Hey beauties, and welcome back to IAmBeautifulHustlerTV. Today will be a full detailed tutorial from start to finish, and today's hair is sponsored by Supernova Hair. Now they sent over this blonde color hair, and they did send 222s and 224 and a 20 lace closure to match. Now I'm just showing you right now what's in the bag, the 4 bundles and the lace closure. And this is what the hair looks right out of the pack. The hair is very full, and this is a 4x4 lace closure. The knots are already bleached, so you do not have to do any bleaching to it. You can just begin to prep and install your client. Now, today I decided to show you guys the braid down. And this is one way I like to braid my hair, especially because I am going to be doing a quick weave closure installation. I'm going to show you how you can get your braids to be nice and flat, and also how to prevent the bulkiness in the back by doing the connector braids method. Now, I always like to start by parting the person's hair down the center. That way there is no braid directly in the middle, and I like to do that simply because if the person wants to get a center part, it would be very, very flat and able to lay down close to that scalp as possible, because the braid is not preventing the part from being laid down. But what I did is went ahead and braided the first 2 braids. So now I'm just going to take the connecting piece of the braid that's hanging down and add it into the braid that I am already doing, and that is how you do the connected braid method. Now, because this is a closure quick weave, I didn't have to do the braids as super small as I usually would. But if this was to be like a lace wig install, I definitely would have done the braids like half the size of these, just because I really like those wigs to be really, really super flat. But because this is going to be a lace closure and the braids are not big and bulky, it still will lay down flat. And I just know that she's tender-headed, so I didn't want to do 20 braids instead of just doing like a normal 8 to 10. Now, once you finish braiding everything down, you should have one hanging piece left, and I just like to just put it through all the loops that I picked up. You can sew it down, it's up to you, but because this is going to be a bond-in anyway, it's just not necessary to sew the braid down. But now that I'm done braiding as well, I'm just going to go ahead and go in with some 91% alcohol. I usually recommend 99, but I actually ran out at this time, so I just went in with my 91, and I'm just going to clean that hairline from ear to ear. Even though this is going to be a closure, I still cleaned the hairline. And now I'm just taking some holding spray and just spraying back all of the edges before I apply my stocking cap. So now I'm just going to go ahead and take my stocking caps and apply both of them. I always use 2 stocking caps when doing a quick weave, simply because if you just use one, that glue will seep through and get on the hair. And I've been doing my stocking cap methods, my quick weave methods like this since I've been in the hair game for 9 years, and I've never got any complaints about anyone having glue on their hair when I use 2 caps. So some people do use 1 cap and tissue paper, or even 2 caps and tissue paper, but because I'm not glue heavy, I just use the 2 caps, and as I mentioned, they be fine. So now if you notice, I put 1 stocking cap up to the edges, and I put 1 stocking cap past the hairline. And basically where I'm putting it past the hairline is the side where my lace closure is going to lay. So it's like I'm still kind of doing like the ball cap method as far as on the hairline, just on this side of the cap only, because this is the side where the closure will lay. And then I would just go in with my foundation and apply that foundation on top of that cap area over there, and also sew down the cap as well. So now that that's all sewed down, I'm just going to go in with some Pump It Up spritz and just spray that all on the cap area so the tracks can stick. And you know, I do use 30-second Pro Salon Pro bonding glue, and that glue dries pretty quickly, but using that Pump It Up as well will also make it dry faster. Or you can even go in with your blow dryer and blow dry track by track if you want, or after a few, you know, bonding in a few tracks, you can blow dry it as well. But it's just up to you and what you like to do and what you feel more comfortable with. But I'm just gonna go ahead and start bonding in these bundles. And usually if you are a beginner, I would recommend sewing the lace closure on first, simply because you might not know how to eyeball like how much space you would need to leave out to put your closure in. But if you think that you can, you know, do it the same way I can, just go ahead and begin to start bonding in your tracks. And when you start get a little bit higher to the top of your quick weave, you can, you know, just go ahead and attach your lace closure. But I am going to bond up for a little while before I actually place the closure. What I also forgot to mention, this will not be like a deep side part closure install to create the side part. It would just be like a regular side part. So instead of you placing the closure all the way down by the ear, I actually glued some tracks on the other side coming up to the hairline as well. But I'm still going to leave space to place that closure on there. So you will not be able to wear it behind your ear because it's not a deep side part closure installation. So this would just pretty much be a regular side part, so you will only be able to wear it as a regular side part. So now that I have bonded up enough tracks to where I'm comfortable, to where I feel like I can place my closure now, I'm going to go ahead and take that lace closure and cut off the thick pieces on the side of that closure. You don't want to cut it completely off, but just enough to where it would be seamless, that, you know, if you wanted to create baby hairs, you won't have that thick piece in the way. But I am not doing any baby hairs today. This would just be a simple side part, and just, you know, bust down the side straight and, you know, simple. So I'm just going to take that same foundation I applied on the stocking cap and put it on the inside of that lace closure and on top of that lace closure area as well, and then place it in that spot right there, and it will fill in perfectly. And all I will have to do is just go ahead and sew it down, have her hold it, and then just sew it down all around the side. And then I will continue to bond in the rest of the tracks, and then begin to apply my actual lace closure as far as gluing it down. So now that all the tracks are glued in, I'm just going to go ahead and begin to apply my lace closure. But first, I'm just going to take that foundation again and apply it on top of the lace, just to make sure it's spread on there nice and even, to give me a nice natural melt down. And then I'm going to take my lace melt adhesive, which you can now purchase on my website, and just apply my layers of that lace glue and spread it out. And once I apply all of my layers, I will go ahead and begin to pull my lace down into that glue, blow drying it, and doing my whole meltdown process.
Hey, what's good, Shikari?
Now I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the extra lace, and using the blow dryer on the heat setting, I'm just going to take my fingers and push the lace into the glue some more, and begin to do my whole styling of the side part. And I am going to do a curved part and not just a regular straight part. So I will create a C part parting on this lace closure, and begin to hot comb and press everything out to get it super smooth and flat, using my GLAMWAX stick and a hot comb, and just really get everything nice, sleek, and you know, just pressed out. part using that same foundation color, and that just makes the part bolder and really give it that natural effect. So I'm going to go in with my angle brush and clean that part up with that foundation concealer, and that would pretty much sum up like this whole tutorial. As I mentioned, this was just like a simple quick style, and I didn't want to do too much because the color was already like, you know, very bold, and I honestly don't really like baby hairs with colored hair, so that's why I also did a no baby hair install. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and thank you guys for tuning in to I Am Beautiful Hustler TV.